One. Season 4, Los's Lounge. This is your host, Carlos, otherwise known as Los. Season 4. Damn it, man. 4 years, 4 seasons. But today, I don't have my normal co-host. A big shout out to Deanie and a big shout out to Jasmine in New York City. Don't forget Los's Lounge podcast. You can follow it on Spotify, Pandora, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Hey, check out the Instagram page and don't forget to hit subscribe on the YouTube channel. Let's get right into it. Time is not to be wasted. I'm with a special group of panelists here in the building, podcasting with the youth here in Springfield, Mass. Listen, I have an incredible roundtable of guests, and we're going to get into a variety of topics. But I want to break the monotony of the show and actually just start off with a little true or false, right? Just kind of break the ice. You guys just scream out true or false, ladies and gentlemen. I should say. All right. True or false? A tomato is a vegetable.
True.
False.
Who says false? Say it loud and proud.
False.
Who says true?
True.
Guess what? It's false. It's a fruit.
Berry. Nah.
It's a fruit.
Is it a berry?
That's a berry.
It's not a berry. Yeah. Chewing gum. Chewing gum.
The small one. That was weird.
Chewing gum takes no cheating. No cheating either. Chewing gum takes 7 years to digest in your stomach. True or false?
False.
Say it loud. Don't be shy.
No, false.
True? Chewing gum takes 7 years to process in your stomach, digest.
False. There's no way.
All right. All right. False. Your body can't digest it, but it passes through quickly.
Okay.
My people, true or false? Lightning is hotter than the surface of the sun. Lightning is hotter than the surface of the sun.
False.
Cap. Who says true?
I'll say true.
I don't know. I don't touch the temperature or feel it. So.
Like the last time you were hanging out at the sun, how hot was it?
I was pretty hot.
Right.
90 degrees.
Lightning is hotter than the surface of the sun, so it's true.
I was right.
I learned that one today. Yeah.
People get struck by lightning and survive.
And survive too. That's a whole different. That's God right there. Whew. The estimated global population right now on Earth is over 8 billion, which is significantly larger than the estimated number of grains of sand on all the beaches combined. Is this true or false?
Who counts?
False. Because they don't even know. True.
I know they're
I think it's true.
They don't know all the sand.
It's true. You'd be surprised.
You don't know how small they are?
There's more sand than people, bro.
Yeah, no shit. That's right.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm Everybody just drop an F-bomb right now and get it out of your system. All right. The longest river in the world is the Nile River. The Nile River. I think Dolce has a song called The Nile is a River. That comes from Wendy Williams. You guys don't need to know about that. Anyways, the longest river in the world is the Nile. True or false?
True. Yes.
It's true.
Big brain. Big brain.
2 more. The Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean on Earth. Who says true?
False.
False. I'm getting a lot of falses. Do I have a truth in the building? You'll say truth?
I'm gonna say truth to be different.
All right. Guess what? It's true.
Yeah.
Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean on Earth.
Ain't no way.
The microwave was invented in 1945.
How are you supposed to know that?
That's true. True.
No.
Yeah.
My great granny had one.
Yeah, it's true.
Who says true?
Yeah, I said
Who says false? Any false? You make up your mind. It's actually true, and it was invented by a gentleman by the name of Percy Spencer. Percy Spencer. All right. That's a good icebreaker. Let's get right into it, man. The transparency to the audience listening, because the episode is going to be released later on in the spring. But transparency, we are recording just a couple days after the Super Bowl. Let's get right into it. Who is tired of the Chiefs? Because they kicked ass this year. You can't deny that record this
They
year.
deserved it. The Eagles deserved it.
But if you watch, a lot of that seems a little rigged. You know what I'm saying?
Philly deserved it when they
You know what I'm
haven't.
saying? Yeah, they definitely did.
Let's talk about the game. Like Philly's defense was incredible. Incredible. Yeah. Any thoughts on that?
They started out strong.
Yeah, from the gate.
The defense was strong. It was strong.
Yeah.
But what made it look weird is like it was too strong. It was like okay, but then it was supposed to be Chiefs 3-peat. But then it's like they just lost the 3-peat.
Right.
They lost so bad in the Super Bowl. Like that's never like whoa.
Right.
I was happy.
Patrick
Patrick
Mahomes
Mahomes.
They just didn't show up, bro.
I know he's mad.
They were there and didn't show
Patrick
up.
Mahomes.
He's going back to
What I
Taylor
look-
Swift, like, bro.
I look at it. The way I look at it is okay.
He left the game by himself. He
He
ain't go
probably
back
had
to
too
Taylor
much
Swift.
hype in his head. I feel like I'm saying because it had to be something. 20 points. You're down 24 points in the third quarter. That's insane for the Super Bowl.
Travis Kelce got his girlfriend booed, bro. Yeah, bro.
And then the third halftime performances.
So let's talk about it. So what did you think? I mean, you guys watch the Super Bowl every year, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Football fans sometimes. What was your favorite Super Bowl performance of all time? And you guys are young, so I'm sure there's a lot maybe you haven't seen.
Michael Jackson.
You remember?
You liked Michael Jackson's.
You remember when Prince did that thing?
Prince was
And it rained.
speak on it, brother.
It rained when he did this.
During Purple Rain. Yeah.
That's exactly
He
what
said that's insane.
That's insane, bro.
That's like free production by God. It's perfect.
it was that, and I feel like the weekend one. The
The
weekend.
weekend, I was tough.
That was,
The weekend one now, that was during the pandemic, so that was the first Super Bowl without an audience. You guys,
Patriots.
I forgot. Nah, I think the Chiefs were on that one because the Chiefs were in the last couple of them, right? Yeah. So what do we think about Kendrick? Did you guys get the messaging of his performance?
Yeah,
I got the message.
I got it.
Yeah, I got it.
But
There was definitely a message.
Kendrick
Definitely is trash.
right?
I feel like there was definitely a message.
He started that positive to the halftime show. Sucked.
Nah, his delivery could have been better. It could have caught people's attention a little bit more.
You think he should have picked different songs?
Yeah.
He
I
only
feel like he
has
did the right
certain
thing
songs
with the
to
way
pick.
he choreographed everything.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think he did the right thing with choreographed everything.
What songs do you think he should have done?
You gotta play songs.
Not like us at first.
Started off with Not Like Us.
Not even.
Nah,
Not even.
yeah.
Not even.
Because remember,
He should have just got it out the way because
Yeah,
he
got out
built
the way
all like it wasn't even like building anticipation. It was just like it came out of nowhere, bro.
Do you think the anticipation, the building was just kind of him trolling Drake on the world's biggest platform?
that's what everybody thought he was gonna do. So I'm saying,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It was that and a message.
he didn't start with Not Like Us. I'm saying so that would have been.
And bro, you already beat him. You know what I'm saying? You're bringing that to Super Bowl. Like, let's have a good time.
He just kept that song in his pocket.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna hold you down. I'm not gonna hold you. His songs been covered.
Yeah. Well, but think about it. How cool is it when it was like 80,000 people in that arena saying A minor? Like if you're Drake watching at home, exactly. You're throwing the remote.
He broke the TV. He punched it.
Nah, he was playing basketball during the whole thing.
He punched her with a 12-year-old kid right next to him.
Jesus.
Playing basketball.
Allegedly. We like to say allegedly to cover our asses from lawsuits.
He's gonna get it.
All right, so let's get into it. Hip hop. How old is everyone here? Age range?
20.
16?
Like 17 and 20.
Like 20 something.
Like
You don't know your age?
19.
How old are you?
How?
I'm 17.
17. So you guys are
20 and 3/4.
23. You're really 23?
No, 20 and 3/4.
Oh,
I'm
20 and
almost
3.
21.
Got you. So hip hop beefs has been going on forever. I mean, I remember the days when I was a teenager of Tupac and Big and just how far that went. Do you think Kendrick is in the names list of GOATs?
Nah, listen. He's a good he's good lyrically, right? Now, as I say, is he one of the greats? Nah. Like I'm saying,
I don't think he's gonna be remembered.
He's a good artist. I'm saying, like, he's not one of the greats, like, nah.
Our kids aren't gonna be like, nah, like.
Like, yeah, listen.
All right, hold on, guys, for
Kendrick
1
Lamar.
second.
I don't
This
even listen to the album.
Drake and like dissed him into the ground, but okay, but is he making movement and music now? Like, nah.
So you guys weren't checking for Kendrick, is what I'm feeling. Nobody's really.
You're not checking for like when you talk about the greats, like I'm saying Biggie, Tupac. You don't be like Biggie, Tupac, Kendrick Lamar. Like nah.
Yeah.
He's like like nah.
Okay.
He was good when he was dissing Drake, but after the beef, it's kind of like the attention went away. It's
Got you.
onto something else.
Got you.
If he was more of like the J. Cole, like you're saying, like chill,
I love J. Cole. I think J.
good
Cole's
artist,
really
like
great artist.
lyrical,
I like Lil Wayne.
he's chill. He don't be coming out.
And I
his
feel
neck.
like he's not as known.
Motivation.
You know what I'm saying? Drake is definitely like like worldwide. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows him.
But Drake is like a summer type hit, like
But you can't even say summertime. Like, you go to the club, bro. Someone
Drake,
man.
Yeah, but Drake's more of like a passive role. When
got the
Drake tried to go in here and make
everybody-
aggressive music, it don't work.
For everybody to know everything, I feel like Drake was
He did
fine.
50 Matters. It ain't work.
But you gotta understand, there are a lot of lame dudes out there, bro, who really like that music.
Yeah, bro.
Or is it what he's talking about? I mean, a lot of these older cats, like, I remember when Jay-Z first came out. You listen to a Jay album now, 444, that's probably not going to hold y'all attention because he's talking about, like, other shit. Like grown man shit, married shit, and all this other shit that he's going through with Beyonce. A young kid is... Is it because of the topics that Kendrick explores and talks about that doesn't really feel like it's...
It's
Right,
just
talks about like growing up in Compton. And
it's
stuff,
just-
right?
Yeah, but I mean, every rapper kind of does that. They talk about
I
their...
think it's people want something to listen to and vibe to or turn up to. Some people are just not interested in political views or like
Got
rappers
you.
that speak facts.
Got you.
But I like that
things
type of
that
stuff. So I
resonate
listen to all
with
kinds of
them,
music.
But you
Got
can't
you.
turn because you can't turn on Kendrick and just jam unless it's like I'm saying like, you can't.
He's
really-
got.
Unless it's they not like us.
Nobody.
So you like... So if there's a message, if there's more messaging in the song, kind of boring?
Yeah, I feel like people's not really interested. They kind of want to take their minds off of that.
So they want to listen to the fun,
Yeah.
other stuff.
Like a little escape from reality.
We got like 3 hit songs.
Okay, but you know what though? That's you can look at it like that, or you can look at it as quality over quantity too.
Drake got so many hits. Like they try to just hire Drake.
Kendrick got a lot of hits too.
But Kendrick got a lot of hits too.
He's
Yeah,
in
talking
GTA.
about
He's in a
bro.
lot of GTA.
He's
They have a lot.
He's
of
had
hits,
longevity in the
bro.
rap game.
GTA song.
Like,
I'm not the biggest fan of him. Bro.
Every song is GTA.
Let me ask you this.
Just because you don't like him doesn't mean
That was
it's
in
like
2021.
another.
Yeah, I mean Drake's got bops. Don't get me wrong.
He got more than Bob, bro. He got
First person in rap beef history to throw a lawsuit because he didn't like
Drake got banged.
the song.
I know banged.
Comes off kind of punkish.
Remember when Soulja Boy did that thing because he thought he could have swore Drake took his thing?
Drake. And he took his flow.
He was like, "You mean the kid
He said,
that
"Kiss me through the
the man that
phone."
hides his kid from the world, but the world want to hide from his kid." When he said, I was laughing.
Bro, and then the last thing he said, what's happening? Bro, ball for ball.
All right, let's get off of Kendrick and Drake for a little bit. Who would you like to see in the Super Bowl performance?
Lil Wayne,
Right?
Yeah,
Lil Wayne,
Who?
bro.
Not Lil Wayne or 50 Cent. 50 Cent.
50 Cent?
Oh, 50 Cent. I love 50
That's
Cent.
Philly,
50 Cent again.
50 Cent looked like he was out of breath.
Who would you like to see, young lady? Would you Super Bowl? Who are you a fan of? Hold on, let me get her opinion real quick.
Like the Columbine.
I'm a fan of Ariana Grande and
You like Ariana Grande at the Super
Tatiana.
Okay. Anyone else you think
Alicia
should?
Keys.
I've seen Alicia Keys. I've actually have her autograph. Alicia Keys is yes. Alicia Keys is yay high
You're lying.
and just
Lauryn Hill. Oh my God, I love Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill?
Alicia Keys has more swag than all of us put together. Smooth girl from Harlem. One of the best live performers you'll ever see. Alicia Keys is the truth. I'm talking about like just that, 1970 Cadillac flow, No, Alicia Keys is the truth. Next time I come, I'll bring you pictures and the autograph and stuff like that. That's one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, she'd be good at the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, Alicia Keys. Would Lil Wayne have done a good Super Bowl?
Definitely.
He'd kill that.
If he would have did his old stuff, you know what I'm
See,
saying? He would've
but
killed
when we talk about somebody like Lil Wayne, talk about making the music, like movement music, bro, let's go. Like, bro, when you listen to his music,
you'll
bro, you
never
can turn it
forget it,
on,
bro.
and you can just like, you can be in a bad mood, bro. Turn it on.
He's diverse.
That's the song you put on when you're with your kids in 30 years. Like, this is what I used to
Like,
listen to. You know what I'm saying?
It's because the way he raps,
don't
like,
know about this
it's
type of-
metaphor.
All right. I want to make sure that was recording that. All right. Let me ask you this. So 2025, right? It's crazy. We got a lot of. All right, I said no swearing, but fuck it. We have a lot of shit going on. We have planes falling out the sky. We have an administration in our country that is rolling back everything. It's starting to feel like 1780 versus 2025. We still are dealing with racism. We're dealing with high prices in the supermarkets. Everything's freaking expensive. So my question to you is, you guys are all consumers. You guys go to the store. I don't know how much you guys pay attention to the world around you, but do you feel like our country is in a good spot right now?
What, bro? I went to the supermarket the other day, brother. There's no eggs, bro. Like, bro, and y'all laughing, but I'm dead ass serious.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, I went to everywhere, bro.
It's very true.
If there was eggs, you'd be
Bro, I went to
paying a
Food
lot.
Zone. I went to Walmart, bro. There's no eggs.
People gonna have to start selling eggs on the street now.
Bro, listen.
Bro, they're dumping chickens in the dump.
They're gonna have to start selling baggies
When
of
I mean
eggs.
on Facebook, bro, there's people really selling eggs, chicken, and like milk, bro. It's sick, bro. Like, brother,
It's that bad.
people
It's
are getting to the point.
have chicken in their backyard.
It gets
It's
that
getting
point,
to the
dude.
I had chicken in my
It gets that
backyard.
point, dude. You know what I mean? It gets that point, dude.
And when things start to run, supply runs low, prices go up high. Capitalism. That's kind of like remember when the pandemic started? What did everybody go out and get?
Toilet paper.
Yeah, and then you go to the supermarket and you're paying like $10 a roll, and you're like, just to poop and wipe my butt.
It's gonna be a lot
Yeah,
of
it's ridiculous. It's
A lot of
ridiculous.
people are gonna start dying, bro, and a lot of people are gonna start looting, and then, like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna get crazy. It's gonna,
The
Yeah.
worst part is if the electricity goes out.
it's gonna be economic crash.
So what do you think about the current presidency?
I feel like he's gonna run us into the ground, you know what I'm saying? Speaking as an African American male.
Hold on, one person at a time, so we're not over talking each
Speaking
other.
as an African American male, I could truly say I feel like this is probably the most dangerous and scariest time to be in America. You're truly not free. You do not have rights. They're going to try to revoke them from you. They're gonna try to make everybody leave who's not supposed to be here. When first of all, you took us here and we didn't want to be here. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
There's a lot of stuff going on that's not right. And in Massachusetts, we have our representatives are in Washington D.C. right now going crazy for us. You know what I'm saying? So
I like that.
That's a very
I say this.
go for it.
ISIS is
Ice.
coming. Ice.
Ice is
Yo, I seen
here,
them,
bro.
I seen them. I ain't
Yeah,
never-
it's happening.
I ain't never put my mask up seeing cops before, but they was rolling deep. I seen them. They rolled past me, and I ain't never want to run so fast in my life. Bro.
I seen that
Bro,
too.
you're an American
Rican,
citizen. You're an American.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Puerto Rico's still part of the United
They're
States
still
right now, bro.
they're still trying to take out Puerto Ricans too though.
That's
Donald Trump
no,
is
we're
trying to take-
he'll try, but he can't legally. He can't. I mean,
You don't think
we are.
you don't think it could make Puerto Rico no longer like part of the U.S.?
He probably could try.
Yeah,
I doubt that will ever happen.
But that recently just got part of the U.S. So
Not recently. I mean, it's been at least a good 100 years or so. And I got to be honest, in terms of that, like
It's
the
still
U.S. has had a big history, and I hate using this word, so I don't want to trigger anyone. But I feel like, in my opinion, the U.S. has raped the shit out of Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And what I mean by this is using the women out there for testing new birth control products in the 50s and 60s, trying to sterilize women. There was a point in time where you could fight for the president, but you couldn't vote for the president. Testing assault weapons and bombs and nuclear weapons in Puerto Rico, the Vieques crisis, the government in Puerto Rico as well, the money, it's corrupt as fuck out there. It's corrupt
They
as
took
fuck.
gold from Puerto Rico too back in the day, right? They took
So
gold and sugar and all
yeah,
that.
and then you had Hurricane Maria when it came, and you had a president just throw paper towels at like us, like we were just, pila de mierda out on the street. You know what I mean? So that's not what a real leader does. Shit, send me to Puerto Rico. I mean, I was born in New York, but I'll take a break. No, but it's real. It's a serious thing. What are other concerns for you guys right now? Like when you guys go to the store, what do you normally buy that you've seen that's gone up price wise? Other than eggs, we know the eggs. Food.
Yeah, like steak and stuff.
Yeah.
Gas is going back up. It was up before, then it went down, and then it's going back up.
Do we have any drivers here? You do. Okay. So you see the gas, yeah.
First of all,
Gas is
it went
crazy.
from 270 to like 380. Like,
You know, that's true. It was like 289, then it went to 3,
but
and then 380.
I went like an hour out, like 2 hours out. To
Valero, right there on Orange Street, bro.
And,
I'm telling you, that up.
they like certain parts of Massachusetts, like it's still low. It's still like $2, bro.
Yeah,
But
I was-
it's like,
Yeah.
it's sick how it is. Like,
Pay like $289.
You gotta get like an
Stop.
economy
but it's
car.
like it's starting to get to the point like, what am I gonna do as a black man? What
It
am
gets
I
to
gonna
that
do?
It gets to a point, dude.
What am I gonna do, bro? Like, it's making me hurry up, trying to hurry up and like finish my life because like it get to the point where I'm gonna just be at the bottom, bro. Unlike, and that's like.
But that's what they want you to. That's how they want you to feel, bro. That's how they want you to feel.
Thank you for saying that. Say that one more time, loud and proud.
That's how they want you to feel, bro. They want you to feel like you can't do anything for yourself, bro, because they bank on you needing them, bro. That's
So how do we break that individually?
You gotta go
How
to
do you?
college and like I'm saying, better your life instead of.
I would
going
say
behind the vibe.
Me personally, if I was able to do it, like, you know, I would run up a bag real quick, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to move my family out, bro, start growing my own crop, get my own land. I understand, like, the government still owns that land. I have to pay property tax. But when you guys do come here, like, martial law and everything, I'm going to be ready. But we don't have a fight, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's gonna
you
be
know
crazy.
that South Korea tried to impose martial law at the end of this year, or maybe it was the beginning, and then we'll get into that another time. But so you want to generational wealth, buying your own property, right? And that's ICE calling. They mad. So were we ready for a female president? Were we ready for that?
No, not for Kamala.
I feel like what was the other president that was running last time?
Hillary Clinton was trying to run last time.
Hillary Clinton would have been the best, smarter than her husband.
You don't think she actually leaked anything to anybody?
They tried to say she
Like,
leaked to Russia, right?
To Russia or China or something like that. Russia.
Those are
Man,
just
listen,
rumors.
hold that against everything Donald Trump has been convicted of and found. It's like one of my co-hosts, Renzo.
34 offenses.
It's crazy, and sexual assault charges,
yeah.
corruption.
But why can't a kid from jail that come out not get a job from a normal?
And he went to jail. He got convicted multiple times.
Presidential office.
Because what we're doing basically, because we gotta survive and we gotta eat, we gotta be able to provide for ourselves, because a lot of the times our parents get messed up and they can't provide for us because of what's been happening in society already. So they're messed up, which makes us messed up. Then we go out there and start robbing people and everything happens, bro. That's an aggressive crime, bro. You rob somebody. He stole freaking confidential evidence, bro. You put a gun to somebody and told them, like, you know what I'm saying? So they could have died right there, bro. I'm saying you could have killed somebody right there. That's why when you get out of jail, you can't get a job, bro.
So
It's two different types of worlds that we live in, bro.
Yeah.
They live in a good world where everything's sweet for them, bro. He's white, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's white. You know what I'm saying? That's why, bro. He's white.
He's orange.
He was rich before. He was already rich before he was going for president.
It's true what you say. There's the judicial system that is supposed to be for everybody, right? But in our faces, they're playing us in our faces. Yeah. The Billionaires Boys Clubs are breaking all the rules and getting away with it. And then there's the judicial system that'll hand it to any one of our asses real quick. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's for lack of a better word, it's fucked up.
And it's because they also understand laws and they understand business and how.
Yeah, but you can understand laws too and
It's
work it
actually-
around
But
it
they
too.
don't
You know,
teach it in school no more.
Right.
So it's even harder now to access that.
Right.
And you gotta want to access that now.
so what's our goal? What's our goal as a people? Even at me as a grown man, what should be our goal as a people to really escape that mentality? And
Gotta find them tax rates.
you started to say it earlier. Somebody said education earlier was one. I think it was the gentleman that walked away. He mentioned college.
I feel like the only way to really do it is getting our own educational systems.
Okay.
And teaching what we need to teach.
Okay.
Because it seems like they don't want to give it to us. You know what I'm saying?
So when I was in high school, middle school, I graduated in 2000. I'm an old head, but we had carpentry, we had wood shop, we had art and music, we had TV production, we had all these things. And I heard recently that they don't offer a lot of that stuff in the schools
They don't
anymore.
even teach cursive. You know, like back
Really?
I was in third. Last time they taught that was in third grade. When
You're lying.
I haven't even
Don't
been
know
here
how to
teaching
stop
since
third grade, that was the last time I learned.
See what I'm talking?
in elementary school.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Back then, that was a big thing.
They stopped doing it right before I went into the grade.
So what high schools do you guys go to? Just
I graduated from Central like 3 years ago.
so Central back in the day used to have a lot of different clubs and like what's the main thing that they focus on there? Is it just
Sports.
basic sports?
That's their thing.
I went to SciTech.
Yeah, I
You
graduated
know what I'm
from
saying?
SciTech.
SciTech now they do stuff with Putnam and everything like that. But you
Okay.
can't get into that.
They're
unless
good
you
for
got
Do they still have their TV production studio there?
at Putnam. They do.
Oh, they moved it to Putnam.
Yeah, at Putnam they have all of that, bro. Like,
Okay.
you still can't do none of that unless you get good grades and you're a good kid.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You can't do none of that, bro.
Let's get back to the previous question I asked. So getting an education, working hard, right? Obviously staying out of trouble, right? Not giving them a reason to look your direction. So we talked about generational wealth. How many of you want to buy a home or land or whatnot? I'm sure everybody, right? Yeah, make it one of your goals. You know, I'm not here to preach to you, but I wish I would have done this in my 20s. I would have not gone out. I would have not wasted time in bars and clubs and just being young and free. And I always had my shit together, but I would have bought like my house a lot sooner and just did all the stuff. I think the sooner you set yourself up for success, in my opinion, the better off you'll be. And if any of you are parents or whatnot, you pass that down to your family or you keep it within the family. I want to talk to you guys about social media. So who uses social media here? Let's switch up the gears. Everybody, right? I hate it. I can't stand it. I only like Instagram, and I'm already sick of that.
And sometimes, like, people compare their lives to social media, so your expectations are bad.
Okay, so let's talk about the harmful effects, good and positive. So what's a great thing about social media that we know?
Promotion.
Not a great thing. I went on the Instagram stories, belt to ass, eagle. Say that? Yeah. Belt to ass. Everyone had a belt in their hand.
You just love that
Everyone
news.
was
Okay. Okay. Dude, what about you ladies? Do you have an opinion? What's the best part about social media?
You find everything out.
She said you find everything out. So you're getting your news from social media.
Network.
Okay. Let me ask you this. When you're getting your news, are you reading the headline and then getting like an emotional reaction, or are you actually reading the article?
I go fully through it and then react afterwards.
You read everything? Okay. So you're not just basing off an opinion. Always read everything. What's the worst parts of social media? Worst part?
Addictions, bad influence.
She says addictions. Bad influences?
Especially be all up in the business.
People be all up in each other's business. The oversharing of it
Yeah,
all.
and provoking other people online.
Okay.
And get to arguments.
Cyberbullying.
Cyberbullying.
That's a big one.
Big one. Big one. What else can we say? One more.
Now the trolling on Instagram.
You gotta admit, sometimes it's fun.
You know, it's entertainment.
Even me at 42, I'm not gonna lie. I get caught up in all that. But you guys use TikTok?
Nah. Just Facebook and Instagram.
Nobody is ticking and talking here? I don't have it. I've never
I
even.
got rid of
okay.
it. It was just boring.
They should have deleted it.
So that's my question. I was gonna ask you guys, what do you guys think about the ban?
TikTok need to go.
My life is still good.
They need to bring it.
I was getting mad.
We got two different opinions.
I don't know how
I
people
love
get
people do
addicted
their
to
business
it.
there, you know.
Hold up, guys.
It's still a thing. It's
Hold on. Let's let the lady speak up. Let me just have her finish her thought, and then I'll get to you. What's you said no to TikTok?
Yeah, I feel like it's just an entertainment.
It's just for entertainment. And
You can make money.
okay.
Off that.
And then, which is her point? Go.
Yeah, a lot of people make money there and it will affect their businesses, you know.
Okay, so affecting. Okay. All right.
It's a way of promotion
For a little bit.
It's a way of promotion. There's
Yeah.
a bunch of people on there. There's a way you can get your business out. People see
You
it.
could show what you have to offer. on there, too.
Exactly.
What if these Chinese companies or wherever they're from? I'm saying Chinese in regards to TikTok because they're the ones, but are getting all your information and your privacy. How do you feel about TikTok now?
Well, I ain't got nothing important.
TikTok for like Singapore or something?
Probably. I'm not too sure.
I think it's from Singapore.
But even with Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, American. I mean, in my opinion, I feel like that's all connected with the government.
I feel like it's all to see what you enjoy. It's to keep you
Keep an eye
locked in
on.
your phone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they really don't care what we got going on. They know we're not finna be having no cyber attacks going on. We don't have no confidential information. You know what I mean? They just want to be able to. They want to keep up with the masses, bro.
Some people do
Masses.
are stupid and just
But
you
sometimes
know
I feel
I'm gonna
like-
go do this and
Yeah.
then and it's just like
I
dude.
feel like they use it as a way to watch people as like a surveillance kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I agree with all those statements. So you guys can do without social media.
Yeah, my life's
Yeah.
still gonna be good.
I need Instagram.
You can't go. There was a time when we didn't have it. Believe me, you. There was a time when it was all about the AOL chat rooms in 1999 and 2002.
Old school email.
That was our social media.
You remember MySpace?
There was a time when we didn't really have, imagine having a beeper.
Yo, MySpace.
Imagine.
MySpace was crazy back then.
You saying back then like you know about it.
Bro, I been knew about it. I was on MySpace.
All right, one at a time. So we're not speaking. So let me ask you this.
I told you I didn't grow up with a phone, so I was a little older.
You guys know that podcasting is one of my passions, right? We're getting to know each other. What's your passion in life? What is? And I want one person at a time.
Ball is life.
Ball is life. Basketball? What you gonna do about that?
Play college ball and then go to NBA. No.
Damn, he said you can't shoot for nothing.
He said your jump shot broken.
He said your offense is horrible.
He said you can't dribble.
Bro, you're a football player, bro. You're like the 220.
Hold on, let me get his thought.
The Luka trade.
You're a football player.
The what?
The Luka trade.
What's the Luka trade?
Oh, Anthony
gotta take the
Davis for
Lakers.
yeah.
Oh. Is this the gentleman that was on for like a year at another team and then he... I don't think he did too good and they... Okay. I'm not big on basketball. I'm more of a football head. So.
Fat, they said.
Yeah. I heard about that on the Breakfast Club, that he gained too much weight and they let him go. That's fucked
still
up.
better than half the players back.
They said no more powdered donuts for you, sir.
I feel like bro is a great.
So if you can take your passion and make money with it, let me ask the same question, but put it this way. If you can take your passion and make money of it, what would that passion be now?
Still ball.
Still ball? Cars is still fine too.
Yeah, I would do too. I would do like tuning cars and like modifying them for racing. And then.
Do you see yourself opening your garage?
Yeah, that's always been like a dream.
There you go. So opening a garage, right?
Barely even shoot.
Wow. He said there's no basketball for you, bro. He said.
He got a strap. He just don't have handles.
Okay.
He can't dunk. He's 5'10", 220.
So he's the towel boy now.
Now he's just a towel boy, but he can definitely go out there and play. He can play some,
the water. Okay,
he can
that's
play
good.
some bully ball. You know what I'm saying?
He's like a
They said you were on the bench, bro, this season. It's not happening.
He's a bulldozer.
What is wrong with
You know what I'm
y'all?
saying? You're averaging like 2 points a game.
Why y'all doing this to me, bro?
I used to be starting
They're
with some
weak,
tall
bro.
and skinny people.
He's got like Shaquille O'Neal's
reach is
build.
like
He just goes into
6
the paint,
foot.
bulldozes people.
Not
IT's
the
mad small. AI was mad small, bro. I could be the guy.
You're not.
No, you're not AI. That's more like me. That's me. I got the handles.
You're not
Get out
them.
to the three, start shooting.
You're not them.
What do you want to do in life?
I want to make
Just the
money
topic.
and be successful,
Hope
bro,
you don't
at
make it.
anything I do.
Hope you don't make
Bro,
it.
but
I hope you don't. Not that I hope you don't make
I'm
it.
realistic though, bro.
That's messed up.
Football, bro.
That's not realistic either.
That is realistic, bro. You're big as shit, man. Go play football.
He said you could bulldoze him.
Bro, you're
Oldest person
220
in
and
the NBA
5'10",
is
bro.
I might be like a Bo Jackson or something.
Bro, you're a wild
Bo
lineman, bro.
Jackson!
You're a lineman, bro.
This
Yo.
guy's a dreamer.
I like
You're a
it.
lineman, bro.
My guys.
Fat, bro.
But you're like 220.
I'm 220, bro. How much you weigh?
Yeah, but you're not fast enough to do anything else.
Bro, I'm 220 and I'm built, bro.
Nah, he's wide receiver.
He might be a little bit more than 220. I'm being generous. I'm being generous.
He's gonna be the slowest wide receiver though. He's gonna have to start pushing people to catch the ball.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
messed up. Bro, there's no support. There's no support.
I'm not fat. What makes you think I'm fat? Because of jacket or something? I'm not fat, bro.
He said I'm not fat, I'm
He's
layered.
nice at basketball, but I would have seen playing football.
All right, let's switch up the gears. Does everybody here live in Springfield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to.
Okay. Well, around, or even if it's around. What are you seeing in your communities that bothers you?
Crackheads.
Same.
Hella crackheads.
Hella crackheads.
Needles on the floor.
I just drive by and start.
Prostitutes.
Nah, I don't care about the crackheads too much.
it's
But
bad.
needles on the floor.
Yeah, it was going down hard.
She was like, I'll do something strange for some change.
I'll be like, yo,
$50. She said for $50. I'm like, you cheap.
I was
You a cheap
downtown. I
one.
got chased.
it's scary when you're walking down the street and like old lady's like, she's like, yeah, nah, you're too young for what I'm about to do. Wait.
I'm like, don't worry about it. I don't want to catch nothing.
Nah, that's tough.
Yo, I ain't trying to catch that. That's why I don't be paying.
Exactly, you are.
Can't
So,
entertain that.
so drugs, prostitution, and are these things you guys see like on a daily?
Violence.
I've been chased by
Violence.
one.
You were chased by a prostitute?
No, like crackhead.
Oh, I was gonna say, wait, this is a whole different episode. Hold on, stop. Okay, you were chased by a crackhead.
Yes.
Not the crackhead.
Downtown, it was late night.
So-
She started spazzing on me. She thought I was her boyfriend. And then I walked past her. She started like screaming at me. And I was on live.
Nah, I had a crackhead point a gun at me too.
Nah, I'm walking right, and I'm right there near Frank's package store.
Oh, you are definitely in the hood. They're out there at 8 in the morning, ready for that
So
store to
like,
open.
bro, it's late night, right? And I'm walking past the package store, and there's some Puerto Rican nigga cracking some black girl, bro. Cracking her, bro. In a cut too. It's like right in the sidewalk, bro. It's like in a cut. You know what I'm saying?
Like, come on.
In the car seat, bro.
I was there, nigga. I was there, nigga. That's
Bro, in the car seat.
Eyewitness report.
They were in a baby car seat, bro. They were in a baby car seat on the sidewalk, bro. It get tragic, bro.
She said, "Hold on,
Hold on, baby.
How do we influence change in our community?
I mean, honestly, I feel like if we go around, you know what I'm saying, putting our hands on the crackheads and making sure, like, I'm saying, like,
Nah, that's crazy.
Why you gonna randomly beat him
I'm
up?
saying, like,
No, bro. I was at Johnny Appleseed, which is right there, bro.
right there, right? It's the Frank's.
Crackhead got punched, bro. Boom. By like a teenager, you feel me? Head hit the cement, cracked open, bro. So
Now
you gonna
listen.
go around cracking
Now
your head
listen,
open, bro?
wait, hold on, think about it. That crackhead did something. There's no way in hell.
bro,
Like, he's
he-
saying like, there's no way, bro. There's no way.
Crackhead was just chilling, looking for some crack.
There's no way.
He was trying to sell that booger sugar.
That's why he's doing it. He's like, "Look, right here."
So Pee-Wee, I was there, bro. So we're all sitting there, they're playing basketball. Like, remind you, I'm a little boy, and these are all the teenagers playing ball. You feel me? Nigga, somehow they're all the crackheads at the park and the teenagers start fighting, bro. And then, one of the crackheads, he's like, stop, and he gets sucker punched, bro, from the side. Bro, like, he wasn't even fighting, bro.
See, situations like that, I don't want no crackhead to get hurt. But when them niggas are like I swear to God, I don't know if you know what the One Stop Plaza is at, bro.
Yeah, but that's right there.
Yeah, bro. First of all, bro, I swear to God, I got my son in the car, I got my daughter in the car. Mind you, my daughter's 5-6 years old. You know what I'm saying, I'm going to go like to the store, get them milk, all type of shit, bro. There's a crackhead outside with his dick out. We're gonna start it right there. He's with his dick out, like just waving that shit, trying to pull his pants up, belt. So now I'm waiting in the car. Now I'm waiting for him to move. Like, so now he moves, whatever. I get out the car, bro. I get out the car. Listen, I get out the car, bro, and like now I'm walking past him. I'm walking past him, and now he's trying to get close to me. Now,
While it's out?
Nah, I just like listen. He pulled his pants up, but I'm saying you clearly see like this nigga's a hat.
He ain't got no
down.
drawers on.
Like, it's just swinging. I'm saying like it's like I'm like I walk past him, like he starts to like trying to like wave, like I'm saying like crackhead motion to me, bro. Turns to me. Like, yo, bro, listen.
Why are you staring at me?
I'm missing
not
my-
crackhead.
Wait, what are you saying?
He took it personal.
Bro, hit that. Listen, back up, please. I ain't want to like I'm saying, please, because like I don't want to my kids in the car. I don't want to hurt you in front of kids.
bro.
Like I'm saying, like
And she
late
5'6",
night
you
dick
don't
wailing.
remember
Like, come
that.
on, bro. Like it's scary.
He's on some freaky time.
It's scary because the crackhead is dirty. If you punch a crackhead in his face, you know what I'm saying, he bleeds. You're done. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's a liability. It's like get the Purell first. Let me. This conversation went everywhere.
It gets tough out here, bro.
Believe me, I've seen.
Some
some
crackheads have
shit.
guns too.
yeah.
I had one pull a gun on me late night by like Spring Street and near State Street. I'm walking by. I'm not even in there. He's arguing with someone. He pulls a gun out of him, and then he sees me walking by. He's like, "You want to get shot?" I'm like, "Listen, I'm just minding my business." He was like, "Keep it moving, man." And then the next day, I walked by in the same neighborhood. There was white chalk on the floor with the body, and it was on the news. Somebody died.
What do you think the community needs? What do you think our community needs to do for these people? Because and keep in mind, a person who wants to really change is going to put the work in. You're going to have a good population of people, crackheads in this particular conversation, that just really don't give a fuck.
What?
What do we need to do for them?
What rehab center do you really like? We have no what is it called, rehabilitation?
Rehabilitation. We have resources out there.
But not really. Like I don't really see them.
feel
like
like
when you go to Springfield, you don't really see them.
Because
some people don't help
they're gonna
themselves.
get help is if they want help because that's a mental illness.
Exactly. You gotta help
It's
yourself
a whole
first.
mental illness that you have to fight, and it's one of the strongest mental illnesses.
The majority
too.
of
Bro,
drug-
my mom fought that. You know what I'm saying? So like, bro, she sent me this video, and it was like that's literally like the hardest, like addiction. Like you know what I'm saying? Like when you do hard drugs and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's different,
Somebody
bro.
tomorrow.
It's like
Yeah.
it's literally a certain part of your brain that gets activated more, and when you start using that part of your brain, bro, it's what has you craving it like food almost. Like you need it to survive, and if
Yeah.
you don't have it, that's why people
Bad
like
withdrawal.
die and shit.
Yeah.
bad withdrawal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's crazy. It's wild. There's two drugs that you can't really get off of without dying. Like that's alcohol and it's like the opioids, like
Yeah. Heroin.
perks and shit like that. I'm saying like, you can't really get off of that without dying. Like say if you're an alcoholic and you stop drinking cold turkey, you're dead.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
you're
like,
dead.
you gotta pace it. It's unfortunate, but it's like what you gotta do is you gotta make it more like of a common thing. Like in Springfield, you know, we see it commonly. Knowing that people stop getting off of drugs like that, it's really a certain amount of them. Like I'm saying, like you said, it's more for one thing, and majority of them don't want that. So it's like,
Yeah, you see them one day and then you don't. Yeah.
right, exactly.
I think too, if you're busy enough in your life too, and you have structure in your life, and you got shit that you wake up and you live for too, those people have more of an advantage, in my opinion, versus someone who's homeless and really is at their wits end. You kind of get to that point, and
wanna
you're
deal
like,
with the stress.
you probably don't even want to be alive anymore. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I've never been in those shoes, but I can only
But
assume.
how they get to that point?
How does one get to that point?
That's because they were probably already on drugs.
Majority,
A lot of them
Or
were
past trauma too. People who go down that route experience traumas that we don't even know about.
majority of them are not even homeless. Like, I had that really experience. I had to help somebody else that was like, he told me a story that he wasn't even homeless because of homeless. Like, his mom was taking care of him. His mom died. Now it's like, what happens then? Like, now you're homeless. Like, you have nothing to deal with it. It's, like, it's fucked up. Or you get addicted to like the meds you take. Like,
Like you get hurt during work.
It's like some of them like the feeling of it, so they go back to
You know what I'm
it.
saying?
Like,
Let's switch this up for more positive. So let's leave the crackheads in that corner where we found them. We're gonna pray for the crackheads. Can I get a prayer for the crack? Can I get an amen? Amen. Spring. Spring. I was
Sunshine,
speak on it.
sunshine, green leaves starting to grow back.
Speak on it.
Birds is chirping.
Come on.
You see the Puerto Ricans on the motorcycle and the speakers blasting on the Honda Civic?
warm weather, not the Civic.
Man, we getting lit. You see
When
the
you see us all in shorts and a t-shirt, and it's only 69 degrees outside, but we're like, woo!
basketball courts is getting packed.
Right.
Six Flags open up.
There we
Warm
go.
weather.
Now you hear the dudes outside. Capicu.
Yeah.
You hear your friend call, hey, come outside, we about to go have fun.
Come outside, the tables too.
Domino slapping.
You like, the ladies is out.
So spring is coming. What do you want to get done? What's on your bucket list? Like, give me one thing. Like, I need to do this summer. I want to experience this summer. I want to eat this summer. I want to.
I want to go to New York in the summer. Like, I ain't going to New York.
Yeah, I've been in New
The
York.
city or the state?
Like both. Shit.
Both, yeah. Because New York State, there's so many wonderful places.
Some parts is like suburban, like
I only been to the city, but it was cold.
Niagara Falls, yeah. Albany is nice too.
I want to go there.
New York City has changed so much.
Yeah.
I mean, and now, I mean, I know ICE is deporting a lot of people and what have you, but I mean, New York City is fucking ridiculous now. And don't go by yourself. It's like sensory overload.
You're gonna
You're
look
gonna
for
feel,
parking.
you're gonna feel mad small. Like let's say like right, I mark my words. Right, you go downtown. You go downtown here. You feel it regular. You go downtown New York.
Yeah.
You feel
Yeah.
invisible.
Yeah.
I went to Times Square, Brooklyn, and the Bronx. I was like, yo, it's big.
It's the first time you actually see people traffic. Like I'm talking about like crossing the street.
Yeah.
And there's traffic in the street. Like,
Yeah,
there's,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
And
yeah.
there's cars parked in the street
This,
and on the
yeah,
sidewalk.
bro, and there's traffic on the sidewalk. Like there's really traffic on the sidewalk. There's really people bumping in.
But you Uber.
Huh?
You Uber or walk.
That's why they take
So you said go to New York in the spring. Anybody else? What are the plans this summer? Let's ask the ladies in the room. Ladies, what do you want to get accomplished this spring and summer?
I'm trying to go to DR.
She's saying, oh shit. Hold on.
DR or DR?
I keep seeing that. Make sure.
DR.
1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, we're good. She wants to go to DR, Dominican Republic. That's on my bucket list too. Anybody? That's it?
I want to go to Jamaica.
I heard you mentioning work, so just continue to work.
I want to go to Jamaica.
Do you guys have passports?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Keep saving
Huh?
up.
Hold on, guys. We're all talking all at once. Let me get his thought real quick. No. Well, tell me at least, anyways. So I can hear what your thought is.
I went before I needed a passport because you can go like if you're like below 16 or something, you can go with just an ID, like a state ID.
Got you. All right, let's do this as well. Let's talk about self-care.
Showers.
I hope so.
First and foremost, bro, I don't want to smell your walk-by wind and be like.
So hygiene is a big part of self-care. What else do you guys do for self-care? What nourishes your energy?
Deodorant next.
As a man, taking care of your body parts. I'm saying as a man, you then got to keep on.
Read the Bible and pray. That's how you.
MVP right here.
That's true self-care.
You gotta find God first.
Health. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Okay, well,
As mental health.
God's in all of us, brother.
Set some morals too. Set morals.
God's in all of us. It's
You
just
don't have to find him, bro. He's there.
we just gotta. Faith, in my opinion, faith without work is pointless. You know, you got to do the work. But I love that answer though. What about what other methods of relaxation or self-care, ladies? Hair.
I thought hair stresses you out.
She said her hair stresses out, but it's relaxing, man. The manis, the petties. Okay.
So your arms don't get tired?
You laugh, but a lot of guys get them done too. Yeah. Listen, it be the toughest ones in there talking about do my feet. Sir, excuse me, what?
Do my feet.
Nah, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
You lost me at
My grandfather, bro, he be like, he beat the shit out of me, you feel me? But like, nigga, he go and get his shit done, bro. But he's a professional person. So he got to do shit,
Not my toes though. I'm saying, like I do.
Are naps part of self-care? Naps.
Yeah.
You guys like to take naps?
I hate naps. I wake up
Why?
in the morning with a headache, bro. Every time I wake up with a
Well,
headache.
how long was that nap?
Like 3 seconds.
A couple hours, bro. I wake up with a headache.
That's not a nap. That's just
I
you
wake
falling
up
asleep.
mad, like with an attitude, bro. And if I have to wake up with a nap, I'm like,
You guys do nature walks, hiking?
Yeah.
Go to Mount Tom?
I ain't really
Go-
know where to hike around here.
There's there's tons of
You
places,
gonna go to
bro.
Forest Park, hike through Forest Park?
Nah, get out to East. You drive, right? You said you drive?
Bro, I don't got a car, but I do drive.
But you okay.
Best hike I took
Bro,
was
there's
New Hampshire.
hikes everywhere.
New Hampshire
Mount
was the best
Tom,
hike.
East Hampton, Mohawk Trail. Huh? In Connecticut, yeah. There's a lot of great places. Does anybody own a bike? Does people still ride bikes?
yes.
I got a bike.
I have a motor. I have a bike with a motor on it. Slap the motor.
Perfect. Places.
He said all I gotta do is pedal 5 times and the game be done.
And then it starts up on its own.
What about working out? How many of you are working out on a regular basis?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I slowed down a lot.
Is that self-care?
Yeah.
How you feel when you're done with a good workout? How do you feel?
I feel like relaxing. Like I got this energy and all that too much. Sometimes I get too energetic, but when I work out, I get it.
I feel like I built something.
But it's like you start to crave it.
Yeah. What did you
I
say?
just started having.
She feels rejuvenated. Does that clear some of the stress and anxiety you guys carry on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
I be doing dry shots, the dry
I feel like that shit don't really
the
go
workout part. I do it dry.
Oh yeah.
I be trying to do full body
I
workout.
gotta go full body.
Full body said neck.
If you could choose 3 things to nourish your soul, mind, body, and soul, everything that you're about, 3 things to nourish. I'll give you an example. My colleague and I, we recently did the same question for her training, and she said, I wish I could speak to my mom again. Her mom passed away. And she was like, I need to hear my mom's voice. That would nourish everything. Yeah, we both were nothing to us. Damn, shit, fuck. But I just wanted to give you an example. What would what 3 things would you choose, or just give me one thing that would nourish your soul? What would it be?
I think just having my own house in a quiet, big field, and just live peacefully for the rest of my life. And I like peace and quiet.
So peace and quiet nourishes your soul.
Yeah.
Again, money is free. Everyone around me do the same thing.
Bro, if you ain't around people who ain't making money, bro, you won't be making money.
So if I come up, the whole team comes up, that makes you feel good.
My family, like that's my family. Like when I go sit down and eat at the table with my whole family there, that shit just warms my whole like.
I love hearing you say that.
That whole feeling, like
Especially,
my son, my daughter, and my wife.
Bro,
right there,
especially when you pay for that too, bro. You
exactly,
pay for the whole
bro.
food
Listen,
and it's in there.
swear
Like,
to God, bro.
that shit smell different. You know what I'm saying? It tastes different.
Speak on it. I love that. I love that.
Smell different, bro.
That's a real thing because those are the little things that honestly that's the shit that matters.
Yeah,
And we take that for granted. And when we don't have it anymore, just like my coworker not having her mom anymore, you realize, oh shit. So I love hearing you say that. What about you, ladies? What nourishes your soul?
Shopping sprees.
Sometimes there's a little spending some money. It's not bad at all. Your children. So how many of you are parents?
I got
Two kids. Never.
I got one dog.
One daughter.
He's still one dog.
No kids. I'm allergic.
So the joy that you what are their ages?
I got 4 cats.
I have a cat. That counts. And listen, it counts.
I only got one dog. He's your dad.
What are the ages of your children?
My son's 1, daughter's 5.
My dog is like 17, 18. He's old.
But your children. You said you have you don't have a children. Okay. I thought you said you had a daughter. I'm sorry. Right, so the joy that you get from when they wake up in the morning, mom, well, depending on how you wake up too, right? But that nourishes your soul, right? Yeah. Anybody else have any comments on that?
A peaceful environment.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Peaceful environment.
Peace for the environment?
Peaceful.
Oh, a peaceful environment. So protecting your energy, peaceful environment. You mentioned you like silence and everything to be calm. That's important, right? That's also a big part of self-care too.
And about who you keep around you too. Because a lot of people weigh you down, you know what I'm saying? You won't even be realizing how much of a effect that has on your life being around that person, bro. Yeah. Until you're no longer around them.
And your mental.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Is it possible to outgrow your friends?
Yeah. Yes, that's possible.
Especially when they don't want better for themselves, bro. You be like,
that part.
It hit different, dude.
That part.
I got the part where I had to look at myself in the mirror and tell him like my friend, like my best friend for years. Nigga. He's not a bad friend. He's not elevating. I'm a different part of him. Like we're in 2 different parts of my life. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I gotta drop him as a friend, even though he's a good friend, but he's just not.
Right. It could be acquaintances, you know what I'm saying? You hit him up like, yo, everything good? How's your family?
Yeah,
you know
I just can't chill as much because he wants to chill every day. Like, I can't. I got a family.
Right, yeah.
Making money. Work like that, bro.
He getting mad at my work. Like, nigga, what the fuck is my girlfriend? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm
No, that's real. And the older we get, that's even more real.
You don't got time to be with your friends all the time.
My best friend, who's also my co-host, we just seen each other for the first time in 2.5 months. And he's married. His daughter's too, my niece. It's tough. It's tough. Kids change everything. Marriage changes everything, but kids change everything. Our schedules just go, when it comes to even just to record an episode, everything goes around my niece, whatever and then sometimes I got to get approved time, or he has to get approved time from his wife. Hey, can I go to Los's spot? Or I'll come over there because I love his wife. We're all big family, but when the guys get together, we drink, we chill, we kick. It's a whole different
type of conversation.
And
wife hates it because you can talk about stuff with the guys that you can't really talk about.
I try to explain it to my wife. She hates stuff. She hates the fact that I like to chill with my friends and so she hates it. She rather be not.
You gonna be like, yo, bro, look at that shit. That shit fat, right? You know what I'm saying?
So she wants you to balance that. Let's talk about balance. Balancing life, balancing schoolwork, work life, personal
life. You can't have
life.
too much of anything. Too much of anything is bad.
Too much of anything is dangerous.
Balance.
Make time for everything.
Too much of anything.
Too much of anything, bro. You leave no room for excitement, bro. You leave no room for what's gonna happen next. You know what I'm saying? And then it becomes more of it's every day. You know what I'm saying? It becomes the ordinary. It's no longer.
You always want to anticipate something new.
You know what I'm saying? It's no longer. That's why having spending time away from your spouse or your kids is necessary. You know what I'm saying?
I think so too. I think, in my opinion, I mean, I'm not married with kids, but I know if I was, I definitely need some time away from the kid, because if mom and dad,
he gonna be like, man, fuck it.
But it makes you appreciate it more though.
The reason why, because if mom and dad aren't happy, kid's not gonna be happy. And sometimes that's tough for couples. Like right now, my best friend, he's going through that. How do we rebirth our relationship? How do we bring back the excitement? Consistent date nights. They're doing stuff like. I'm not trying. No, I don't have no kids. I don't. I would love to have kids, but I have no kids. No.
Me and my wife just had to figure that out. I'm saying how to get back into.
Yo, bro, you're actually married. My fault.
Yeah, I'm engaged.
That's crazy, bro. I'm happy.
It's a good man right there.
But so we're trying to figure out how do we get back into the dating date nights and stuff like that. It's really just find time, like, you know what I'm saying, like, making sure this stuff is done. Like, right now, like, my son's in daycare, so if I were to get out of here, and you know what I'm saying, that we try to make time to do that stuff, and it's just, you gotta wait. It's really gotta wait, patience.
Yeah. And we change, right? You know, who I am now isn't who I was. I mean, most parts are still, but we evolved 5 years ago. Your thought process, your interests might be completely different even next year. So sometimes two people living together, they change, they evolve. How do we keep that balance? How do we keep that going, that love? Do we think that communication is a big part of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Did anybody ever teach you guys, and there is no right or wrong answer, but have you guys ever had what a healthy relationship is supposed to look and sound like modeled for you and your families?
Yeah.
I feel like no one relationship is truly like perfect. You know what I'm saying? Perfect.
Yeah.
You gotta build it from the ground up.
And being a kid, you're not gonna understand that. You know what I'm saying? So when you see certain things, you're gonna think, oh, that's bad. You know what I'm saying? When in our reality, bro, they're just talking. It's healthy, working things out. It might not be to the best of like communication, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's getting done. You know what I'm saying? But as a kid, you can translate things completely wrong because your mind isn't fully developed. You pick up narratives of things completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, because we do kind of live in a society too where, you know, a lot of the emphasis is about dating and, you know, protect yourself sexually and this and that, the other. But no one ever really tells us, well, what does a healthy relationship look like? What does it sound like? What does it smell like? What is it about? If you're blessed to have parents in the household, I hope all of you parents are still together and model that for you. If not, it's okay too. You know what I mean? But no one really. Sometimes even if you have both parents, they're not really taking the time to tell you what does a healthy relationship look like, even with friendships, even with just any relationship in general. So I was just curious to see, like, have you guys had that modeled in your lives, and if so, how has that helped you in your lives now? But you guys most of you are all very still young. Congratulations though on the engagement thing.
I seen it. I seen what it's supposed to like. What a good relationship is supposed to look like. My aunt, my uncle are very like. They've been together for 20 years. So I seen it. So I was like, I'm fortunate enough to see that.
Yeah, and it ebbs and flows, man. Everything isn't always pretty. We are at the 56-minute mark, so we're almost done. So I want to ask you this. I'm gonna throw a lightning round of questions. If you guys watch Drink Champs, you know. They always put like two hip hop artists or two artists, so like a little verses. So I'm gonna put two artists together. You just tell me who you appreciate more. And I gotta keep in mind the age ranges in here, because I might not. I don't know. I listen to a little bit of everything. So, all right. Taylor Swift or Beyonce?
Beyonce. Ooh. I mean, Taylor Swift.
No. Listen. I hear a lot of stuff about Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying?
The whole industry is demonic. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Thank you. I want to.
The entire industry is demonic.
Let's put that out there. Allegedly.
I'm gonna say no. That's real.
That's real.
I'm gonna say the whole industry, the devil is all in the industry. We'll talk about that on our next episode. Too much demonic influence. Because remember, idolatry. We're not supposed to idolize anybody. We're not supposed to idolize humans.
Taylor Swift was against Donald Trump for the whole presidency and everything.
Michael Jackson or Prince?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
I don't know Prince is top tier. But you gotta say Michael Jackson only because of the impact he had on culture. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like more people.
He never not dropped one bad song.
Huh? He said Michael.
Not one bad song.
You can't say
Prince fell off at one point in time.
I can't mention a bad song that Michael Jackson.
Bro, only song I know of Prince is Purple Rain, cousin.
Well, remember, Prince plays over 20 instruments. His whole first album he produced on his own. Like, there's stuff that Prince does that Mike can't do. Mike was the visual entertainer, like a student of it all, but they both respected each other a lot.
Just his hands, his feet, and his mouth.
Well, a good producer will do that.
He'll make beats with just his hands.
She's laughing at
you. Know what I'm saying? With just his hands, his feet, and his voice.
All right. All right.
Let's talk about Prince.
Michael Jackson had hit the stage, moved one finger. They passed out. They started passing out.
We talked about Kendrick and Drake earlier. I'm going to go back to my generation, because I don't know how much you guys listen to it, but Jay-Z or Nas?
Nas. Oh my God.
Nas killed Jay-Z.
He said, "Ooh, well, wait."
Nas killed Jay-Z.
Oh.
Fuck Jay-Z. Ether. Ether. That Ether.
But he didn't get a Grammy for that.
Yeah, a lot of artists don't get Grammys that deserve Grammys, man. Listen, awards, everything that's wrong in life is at an award show. It's just a popularity contest. It's just all a pop. Some of the greatest artists never even got recognized. I don't know. Does anybody listen to Breezy or Usher?
Nah, only Usher because Chris Breezy put his hands on Rihanna.
Like Chris.
Yeah, but we gotta let go of this with Chris Brown, man. Y'all gotta freak.
No, listen.
Usher was sitting there pressing against women.
But let's talk about musically.
Freaky Friday, bro.
I'm sorry, good though. Your character says a lot about you.
So let's get it. So can you separate the art from the artist?
That's what I'm saying. Your character says a lot.
Can you separate the art from the artist? If in Diddy, perfect example.
Now listen, Diddy. Who likes Diddy? Now listen.
But the question is, can I separate?
Diddy was producing Biggie. Remember that? Don't forget. He was producing
R. Kelly. Can you listen to an R. Kelly song and feel good afterwards?
No. Yes, this nigga's sick.
I wasn't there when he was pissing out.
Can you watch a Cosby Show episode?
No.
Knowing that Bill Cosby did all this shit.
Because you remember what he did with the kids? Like he was really working with kids, and now he's a fucking pedophile.
Well, let me throw this statement out to
People say
you.
Cosby was doing good stuff back then. And
I didn't know
like
that.
DL, you guys know who DL Hewley is, the comedian?
Think about all the episodes, man. Think about all the episodes of Nickelodeon. All pedophile episodes.
Is he that guy who like always in the suits and stuff like that?
Like one of the kings of comedy. So he said, of course I can still listen to all that. It's the same way I can sing the Star Spangled Banner. Think about that. That's our anthem, but our country's done a lot of fucked up shit, even to us.
But think about it though.
Huh? Oh, the Gulf of America change. Yeah, that's so stupid.
I was like, what the heck?
I feel like an artist is like you have to judge them off their music.
Guys, I can't hear him, and then we're gonna have a lot of talking on it. My fault. Hold those thoughts.
You should judge an artist off of their music, but you should also judge them off of their character.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It depends on who you are as a person, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, those views that you're giving them is put money in their pocket to keep doing the same.
Like Kanye, I miss the old Kanye.
Old Kanye. Back to the flow Kanye.
Yeah. That's the Pablo album. That's my favorite album of his.
I feel like Kanye getting a lot of what's on his mind out, bro, and I feel like it should be heard, bro, because he's smart, bro. He's so smart.
So do we respect the decision of him bringing his wife and whoring out his own wife to the whole world? That's crazy to me. That's crazy.
It's her body, her choice, so she's not gonna go outside like
okay.
that
Unless she wants to. Okay, and that's the other side of the coin.
Force a female to put on her clothes unless you have a
you don't know what conversation they had. He could have been, I don't want you going out there. She's like, well, I'm grown.
But listen,
so she's just being disrespectful.
Let's not forget, this man is a billionaire. So we don't know what happened.
He's not a billionaire.
The money went to his
he's a billionaire.
He's back up there. Yeah. Oh yeah.
He re-signed his deal with Adidas, didn't he? He's back in his deal with Adidas.
Hold on, everybody's talking all at once. Let's get one thought out there.
It was all popularity.
The swastika on his website.
I saw that.
They sold
Crazy.
200,000 shirts.
And it was only this shirt. And now the website's not up.
They made $2 million. Listen, now mind you, he used the same Super Bowl commercial that he used for Grammys, right?
Okay.
When they was like, just go to the website, and mind you, he 200,000 shirts. They sold 200,000 of Nazis.
That's crazy, but it's real. We're living in that time where they're not hiding how they feel.
Let's not forget.
It's in your face.
I'm kind of
$2 million.
not to start a war of the sexes, but I see 1, 2, 3, 4 females. So I want to ask the gentlemen, females, ladies, listen up. Do we believe in protecting women's rights?
Yes.
Yeah.
With her body?
Yes.
Yeah.
She should do what she wants to do with it. Yeah, I mean, abortion-wise.
You know what,
abortion. We talk about.
This might sound crazy, but I used to make those.
Thank you. That's what I want to hear you gentlemen say. Ladies, you're in the company of gentlemen. They might act funny here and there, but they got your back.
What I was doing for a while, right? And I only worked one time, right? But I was doing it for a while, I'll make an account, and I'll make it like a kid's account, and I'll attract.
Hold on, guys.
You can really attract real predators. Like I'm saying, if you make that account for like the, you can really attract real predators. I only did once, bro. I only did one time, bro. No way.
You know that you were talking. You were talking about earlier, like having rights and being a black man and all that stuff. It's crazy, like with this new administration, and even before Trump, because it's not all Trump. Both sides of the party, in my opinion, are fucked up. But they've been taking away our rights little by little. Like we're not, like I don't have all the same rights I did about a year ago. Women are still treated like marginalized citizens, which is fucked up. We come from a woman. You understand what I'm telling you? I mean, we come from God, but we come from a woman. All right, let's get off this. Let's end this episode on a one-word association game. So at Los' Lounge Podcast, which is available on your favorite podcast app. Hey, don't forget to check out the Instagram or the YouTube channel. You know that we always end an episode with the subscribe, stream, tell a friend, tell your mother, tell your father. Tell I don't know, tell the neighbor's goat, tell somebody.
Tell Jesus Christ himself.
Matter of fact, just go to the
Whoa.
Matter of fact, just go to the supermarket and yell,
Los' Lounge! And then yell out, mustard! Mustard on the beat. All right. One word association game. I'm gonna call on you, and when I call on you or I point at you, you give me the first word that comes to your mind. All right. So for example, I say pizza. What's the first word that comes to your mind? Chicken pizza. All right. So my first word, family. I'm gonna call on you.
I don't know.
That's okay. That's fair. Family.
Hospitality.
Bonding. Family. What's the first thing you think of? Happiness. Perfect. All right answers. Next question. Next word. Racism.
I'm okay.
What's that?
Well, yes, but it's actually whatever comes to your mind, and I can see the correlation. Yeah.
Black and white by Lil Baby.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's heat, bro.
Okay. Little Baby. Shout out to the Little Baby. Money.
Mr. Krabs. I'm being real with you. I'm being real. Yo, that's crazy how I said that.
Money.
Business.
Investments. Life. I have two more words after this. Life.
Martin Luther.
Life. L-I-F-E.
I didn't see that part of the dream.
Martin Lawrence.
Family, friends, world creation. Yeah.
God.
World peace.
God.
When you first say God, I think about like you I don't know.
Blessings.
I know it's
Scripture.
I've been saying funny shit all day. But you remember that Black Jesus shit?
What show is this?
Black Jesus.
That's a show?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is a show.
That's there.
When you think when I think
I didn't know that.
God, I think in my head, bro.
Well, technically, you know what? Depending on what you believe, Jesus does have melanin in him. So when he comes back, a lot of people gonna be mad that he don't look like that white guy in the pictures.
First guy was found was on Africa. So.
Music.
Kendrick Lamar.
Music? Hold on.
Music. Slime Ghetto.
Slime Ghetto. I love that. Last one. Talent. All right, and my last question before we started podcasting today, from now to this moment, how did you feel and how you feel now, you guys?
This was great, bro.
Yeah?
I was nervous at first. I kind of felt like it was awkward, and then it got good. You know what I'm saying? Because I've never done it before.
It's like a regular conversation.
Would you guys like to do this again?
I talk a lot. So,
Yeah.
like, they always,
Kim,
my wife's been telling me.
you hear that?
We'll book you for merch.
I'm in. I'm ready. I'll have my topics, part 2, and we'll do it. Hey, that's my guest panel. Round of applause. Season 4, Los' Lounge, and we're out.
Stay tuned. Real quick.
Yeah, we definitely need a group.